So, okay, it's donation day. Just trying to.
What is this weird thing you're doing?
Oh, it's calisthenics, but this medallion is kind of painful when I do that. All right, trying to work my way up to it. You ready?
So here's how out of shape I am.
Yeah.
Like, I was standing in my bedroom, was getting ready for bed, and I threw one of these, and my body went, nope, you don't move that way. I have a range of movement. It's basically like this.
Like this?
Right, anything beyond this, it's like stretched and weird and...
So you went to stretch and went, oh, ow.
And then you feel the muscles tight.
Ah.
I'm not a flexible person. But
Really, I would have thought that was something you would say about me.
can I propose something though for health? For health.
What?
Whilst shooting videos, because we have a deficit of time these days,
Yes.
we simultaneously work out, stretch, and drink whiskey.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, golly. Seriously, this is to the absolute limit here.
I don't think you're gonna be able to get that leg down.
It's really
Are you gonna need a hand?
I may need-
Do I need to
I'm sliding the glass
Do I
off.
need to do an ankle lift?
Just push the glass. It's about to...
There we go. You all right there?
Don't push it that way. It's about to...
All right. You gonna be okay?
Wait.
Wait. Lean back.
There.
What are you doing? Is this whiskey? Is this whiskey vault yoga?
Well, no, but the whiskey loosens you up.
Oh, okay.
It loosens you up, so you're going to be
Just keep telling yourself that.
more receptive to the stretching.
Okay, so I've got a plan today with donation day.
Okay.
I've got a curve of flavors we're gonna try.
Oh, you
starting
actually-
with something kind of nice.
Plan the experience.
Getting into a few things that are like, meh, I don't know. And ending with something I'm so excited about. I've been looking at it in my office for 6 months, waiting till we could get a chance to review it.
Yeah.
And I've been looking forward to it for that long.
Yeah.
First, I don't know who left this Old Potrero behind. There's a corner of my office that had 5 or 6 bottles that no one kept notes of where it came from.
Right.
So if this is from you, comment on this video to the unknown magnificent bastard.
The Old Potrero to the nameless magnificence of bastardry.
Yes.
Thank you for the whiskey.
Yes. Okay, so Anchor Distilling. You've heard of Anchor Brewing Company, as in the beer,
Okay.
right? San Francisco.
Okay.
Well, they are distilling.
Oh, so we've gone on record saying this isn't a hard and fast rule, but more often than not, we find a brewery that dips a toe into actually distilling things, and then we think it feels like an afterthought. It feels like it's not the thing that they're focused on necessarily, but occasionally we've been wrong.
Well, these guys went back in time to try to redistill in what they felt was the style of the 1800s in old copper and these old styles.
Sure.
And they did something totally unique, which is pot stilled 100% malted rye
So hold on.
instead of malt barley.
Wait a minute. So the malting process is basically whenever you take the grain, in this case rye, and then you turn it into like a porridge type. You heat it up enough so that it starts to release the sugars, and then you cool it down before it eats all of its own sugar, because the sugar is what's because the sugar is what's going to ferment once you add the yeast.
You're mixing up the malting process and the mash process.
The mash process. Yeah, that's the mash process. The malting process is basically how you dry.
How you trick the grain into thinking it's time to grow. And so it starts to head that direction.
So how do you do that with the malting process?
You get it damp. From my understanding of the way they do it in Scotland is they'll get it damp and they'll heat it up a little bit.
Right.
Not like cook it, but like make it warm enough that the grain's like, summer's here.
That's what I said.
And it's raining.
That's what I said.
No, you were talking about heat something up in water until it releases its sugars. That's actually
So you're
mash.
you're heating it up at different
You're
times?
heating them dry.
Oh, just
like
dry.
it's not in water.
It's not in water.
It's just damp.
Just
And you're turning it.
So there's that was the point. It's not.
But that's just one way. There's hundreds of ways to malt things.
Well,
in the sense of
then I'm not learning. I
Yeah.
refuse.
You're-
Look,
you're over it.
I'll give you 2 options, 2 paths that I will learn.
Okay.
Talking about hundreds of different things. I'm out.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just pour me a glass.
So
I'll tell you what.
this is 100% malted rye,
Whoa.
aged for, in theory, around 3.5. They say 2 years and 6 months on this bottling.
All right, that's really interesting. I'm forming a theory here.
So this is they call this a single malt because it is malt, even though it's rye grain, not barley.
I have a theory.
Yes.
This is on the nose. The nose alone is helping me form a theory.
Oh, red hots. But it's red hot candies. And it is a little bit of the leathery note.
I'm getting a little bit of the cinnamon, a little bit of the rice spice, cinnamon, rice spice, and just a faint green, young, leathery note. But I don't think we've had that note in a rye before. Have we? I don't think we've had that note in a rye.
I don't know that we have.
So, if this is the first time you and I are getting that note from a rye,
Right.
and the thing that's special about this is it's malted, could that note be coming from the malting process in these other whiskeys?
No.
Could they be malting a certain way that results in that note that we're not huge fans of? Now, in this, it's not overwhelming.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know enough about that to answer that question. I don't know enough about the process of the malting.
Theory. All right, so
Okay, all I'm getting is red hot cinnamon and a little bit of rye grain.
I'm not getting
slight green note.
I'm not getting as intensive a cinnamon as you are to elicit the idea of a red hot candy, but it's there.
Oh, that's got some burn. You know what else they're doing is they're toasting their barrels instead of charring their barrels.
There's the cinnamon on the taste. Wow. Very cinnamon.
They're toasting the barrel instead of charring the barrel.
Oh, so just a
So instead of the alligator char, it's just toasted.
so just a really really light. It's like a 1.
And each is not even a 1. It doesn't even fall into the char category. It's toasting. There's toasting levels. So there's a lot of distilleries that will toast then char.
Right.
Some that will just char. Some that will just toast. And each thing will bring out different aspects of the whiskey.
So it's 51.2% alcohol.
But it tastes hotter.
It is a bit hot,
This tastes hotter than our 57.
but it's a dominant cinnamon with that young green.
Yeah. I'm ready to move on. That one's okay, but it's kind of boring to me.
Boring. Yeah, I felt it was unique.
It just tastes like candy. Yeah, totally.
All right.
The red hot?
The hotness. The hotness sits you right there.
Okay, so Brendan Kite,
Again.
patron saint.
Yes. You patron saint of whiskey. That's very immature.
Nope. Full miss. Brendan Kite brought two whiskeys
Okay.
on his way back from the Great Lakes area. We've done this distillery before, the Great Lakes, but not these whiskeys. I don't think. Not these specific ones. Now, this is Kinnickinnic.
You just made up a word.
Now, look at the front of the bottle. What does that say?
Kinnickinnic.
I told you. So, one of these is a blend of bourbon, rye, and malt whiskeys.
And this one is a blend finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels.
Yeah.
Sauvignon barrels.
So, the one you're holding is a straight bourbon sourced from a distillery.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows where? Does it say where it was distilled? It should legally. Distilled in. Oh, that's sort of dirty labeling. That's sketchy labeling. Anyway, they say it clear on the website and on the bottle in spite of that. They sourced a bourbon from a distillery, probably MGP, but who knows. And then they made a malt and a rye whiskey themselves, and they blended all three of them together.
Did it just not say the state?
It didn't say the state. And then they finished it in Cabernet barrels. Now this is what it is before it goes into the What are you doing over there? You're killing me. Quit fiddling. Jeez, dude. We got a whiskey knife over here somewhere. Remember?
That's not a knife.
Yeah. I was just going to show my boys that movie. So in theory, this is the same whiskey before Cabernet barrels, after Cabernet barrels.
That is a tremendous color difference.
Well, look at the things floating in there. They do the little filtration just like we do.
Flow filtration?
Yeah, but they've proofed it down to 43, and it's a bit hazy.
Okay, so 43 on that one, 45 on the...
This is batch 30. Let's compare them side by side.
Sauvignon.
This is batch 30.
Hey, challenge. Next time you go to a restaurant and they have a Cabernet Sauvignon, you order it, but you have to order it by saying, yes, I would like to order the Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sauvignon.
I think you've had enough, sir.
Yeah.
You give me the Sauvignon.
You give me now. So it spent 2 more years in wine barrels.
Smells nice. This is the
We'll
wine
start
barrel?
with this one first. That's before the wine barrels. Guess what note's in there?
The wine barrel definitely added some extra stuff.
I like the smell of the wine barrel a lot. Not a big fan of the smell of the blended whiskey.
No, this isn't the young sappy green. This is more of a dusty. This is dusty.
Is dusty.
This is dusty corn, man.
Yeah, it is. It's dusty.
Yeah.
You got peanut butter in there.
This smells more interesting though.
It's like peanut butter and oatmeal.
Yeah, with some honey on top.
Isn't that weird?
I get the
That's
peanut.
actually really good.
I get the peanut. I get the oats.
Yeah.
Put some honey on top. It does taste a little flat though.
Yeah, it does.
A little flat.
Needs a little more alcohol.
You don't have these flavors jumping around being silly gooses. They're just kind of there chilling.
I can't take you anywhere.
Let's try the Sauvignon.
Okay, so here's the thing about that wine finish one. It starts off with this direction that I think, oh yeah, I'm gonna love this. And then at the very end, it goes and flattens. Just at the very end.
It's like a bitter plop.
Yeah. It's like, yes, 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 it's rich and beautiful.
Yeah, it's a bitter plop.
Why is that?
I'm gonna take you. It's like if imagine you were somebody's dog, and your owner says, "Hey, you want to go for a car ride?" You go, "Yeah, car ride." You get in the car, and then you go to the vet.
You're driving, yeah. And they pull up, and they're like, someone's getting the snip snip. Like, wow.
This isn't like being neutered. It's much better than being neutered.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's a.
You know what's funny?
But the lead up to that.
So, these bottles, these are the ones I just ordered.
I know. Here's the thing. Because we've actually said on videos, it's like, man, why would you put whiskey in a wine bottle? Whiskey's way too cool to put in a wine bottle.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
You did say that.
It's because it's a wine bottle. Wine is for wine bottles.
No, but not when you do all the little bits and bobs.
Yeah, bits and bobs, fine. But what did we end up having to get?
We just had to buy some wine bottles.
Just no choice. Like, no choice.
Like, yeah.
Like, the options, and it didn't even come down to price. It comes down to, like, turnaround time and the speed with which we can get stuff. And
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I would have
But
happily...
only for the specific run.
I would have happily spent more money on just different bottles, but if you want something
Speed and
that
timing.
they can drop in the mail...
All right, I'm good with these two. Let's move on.
Wait,
Dude, this
Trailer Park Boys?
This is Trailer Park Boys whiskey. This is from Josh Walker, Magnificent Bastard.
Those who don't know the
You get to do a Magnificent Bastard thing.
Yeah. Josh Walker, hold on. If he likes the Trailer Park Boys, he is quite magnificent. definitely a bastard. Josh Walker, you magnificent bastard.
So I looked forever to find out what was in here, and the answer is
Whiskey.
nothing. It's like, what's whiskey? That's what we know. It's whiskey.
And 40%?
Yeah,
That's
it's
all right.
Canadian whiskey. And when you read the note that says, "Where did you get your whiskey?" Or what is your whiskey notes? And it's like,
And you say yes.
We went out of our way to find whiskey that we knew would be good,
Did it?
and then we put it in this bottle for you. That's basically all their notes.
It's like we tried to make sure that it was good.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
When you go to their website, it's got a picture of the three of them, and it says, "What do you want?" And there's an arrow to the right that says beer, and an arrow to the other side that says whiskey. And they have a Trailer Park beer and a Trailer Park whiskey.
So, here's the thing on the nose. It kind of smells decent.
Yeah, smells like a nice, friendly Canadian whiskey.
It does. It smells decent. Like the Canadian people. They're decent people.
Ooh.
There's the
There it is.
buttery maple.
And there's the and cotton candy in this one. That metallic sugar taste.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is like you poured on pancakes type of whiskey.
Yeah.
No, hold on. You're walking away like it's like a bad thing.
Now, if I'm gonna do
There's time and place for this kind of whiskey, namely.
look, if I'm headed that direction, we might as go all the way, and drink something that Nathan Huey brought us. Nathan Huey, the magnificent, our patron saint.
What the hell?
This is a bourbon cream
Oh,
from Nathan Huey.
I know you like the cream.
And then we are going to be able to do a full review of it, but today seems like a good day, and I'd rather be trying some bourbon cream than that.
So, what is bourbon cream?
It's like Irish cream, but using bourbon instead of Irish whiskey.
I don't think you gave this enough of a oosh.
No, it's just, it was cotton candy and maple and boring Canadian whiskey.
Short shrift.
You gave it short thrift.
That's not it. We've established.
I know.
We've established a lexicon.
Yes.
What we need to do is we need to stick to.
Actually, it's weird.
How far away from Bailey's is this?
Imagine if you took Bailey's and made it more maple syrup instead of...
Oh, I've got a big coffee note coming out of that.
You taste it, and it tastes like you added maple syrup and milk to your pancakes.
Coffee and toffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. I bet that would be amazing on ice cream.
Oh, and just underneath that, a little bit of black licorice, but not the not too overwhelming spicy. Just a little foundation.
Man, this is good.
It's a little tickle in the, it's tickling the undercarriage with the black licorice.
Bourbon cream with a hint of maple.
It's like this is what it's doing.
Is that what it's doing?
That's right.
Just
right in there.
Oh, look at this. They have a recipe for a bourbon milkshake.
Damn it. Oh, you know what this is? What are those chocolate malt balls?
Oh yeah, malt balls. That's what they're called.
Called malt balls?
They're called. Oh man, they're called Whoppers.
Yes, Whoppers.
Yes.
With a toffee finish. This is malt balls with a toffee finish.
Yeah, that's tasty.
Is that a whiskey though?
I'm keeping this.
No, you can't keep that.
Yeah, it's mine.
No, you're not. I will fight you to, like, the literal death. Not figuratively, where we do a little slap fight. Like, you're done.
When would we ever do a little slap fight?
Your life is over. We did pummel each other with socks and plastic knives.
That's true. That was basically a dude's version of a slap fight. All right, so I am finally getting to the ending here.
Wait.
With the whiskey that I really wanted to try for the last 6 months. I've been eyeing it out of the corner
That
of my
trailer
eye.
park thing though is so effortless, man.
Yeah.
I could chug that.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even burn.
Like, it wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Which is probably fitting if you think about it.
Yeah. they know their demographic.
Okay, so this is from Mel Oak, who is a magnificent bastard.
Oh, Mel Oak.
Yes.
Just
What he said was, hang on.
Just Mel Oak, you magnificent bastard.
Okay, Nikka did a special edition release of their 12-year-old single malts in different expressions.
Let me make sure.
And they all had slightly different names.
All right, camera can see. There we go.
This one is the Nikka called Woody and Vanillic.
And Vanillic? Vanillic?
Woody and Vanillic. It's a limited edition. This is from the Yoichi distillery. This is Yoichi. It's not Nikka 10. It's Yoichi 10, 12 or something. But
was Yoichi kind of like the scotchy type deal that we liked?
It was.
Okay.
It had a little more of the heft to it, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. I am so excited about this.
I'm so excited.
And I just can't hide it.
Oh, man. Again, I mean, if you like interesting scotches.
Oh, man, that nose just keeps changing.
Yeah.
First I got vanilla, probably because it was in my head. The word vanilla was in my head.
Well, then you also had this, like, creamy bastard over here. You're probably still creamed. You still got some cream.
You're ruining the moment.
No.
I'm enjoying myself over here.
I'm explaining why you got... Explaining why you got vanilla. Cream. Some, I get... Brian. These are legitimate tasting notes at this point. Do you get a little bit of that salt?
I do, yeah.
Yep.
I also get a little bit of like not fruit is the wrong. Maybe it's raisins. No,
it's
not raisins. No, it's a fruity note. It's not a light fruit.
I got you. It's a dark fruit.
It's not fig.
Dates?
It's not plum.
No, it's not dates.
Maybe plum.
Could be plum. It's a little plummy's the best we have so far. Plum's the placeholder until we get into the taste.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I don't know that I've ever tasted a whiskey like this before.
This is I got 2 words. Savory wood.
Oh man, it's all of the ash wood notes.
Yeah.
Of peat. I mean, it tastes ashy.
Yeah.
But you would think that's bad.
Savory.
It's really not in this.
Sweet, savory, ashy. And it's not... I'm not saying... I'm saying...
It ends with sweetness.
I'm saying wood instead of oakiness. Because it doesn't present to me as an oaky.
Not peppery and spice. It's ashes.
Yeah.
It's ashes, but still sweet and vanilla.
Why don't we have a giant jug of this? Like a gallon.
Because it's that hard to get.
This is phenomenal.
I know. Right?
Yeah. I'm not even mad at the screw top.
Yeah. Fine. Why not?
However this needs to come into my life, just pour it into my hands. It's like a little...
We'll live with it.
A sandwich bag.
Man, this is so... I keep coming back to it because I feel like there's something back there that I'm missing.
That is...
Okay, all I can say is that's one of the more complex Japanese whiskeys I've ever tasted in my life. It heads right down the flavor profile that I prefer with the smoke and ash notes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't overwhelm you with pure spiky smoke.
Yeah.
The ash is soft. And actually, I think that's why I'm thinking the word ash.
Ash is... Okay.
Because ash is a soft, kind of powdery feel, and you get this smoky feel that's not spiky.
Right.
That's what's throwing me right now.
But it's not flat.
It's not flat.
Right. It's effervescent.
It's like a cloud of ash.
Effervescent.
Yes, it's effervescent.
Effervescent. This
All
is 55% for those that count.
That's good.
We need to circle back to this someday.
Yeah, we do.
And you need to put this in that thing over there.
Yeah, if only we still had some of this left.
No, jeez, you son of a
Wonder
bitch.
where it-
You know what? You can take the cream now.
Yeah.
I'll hold on to that.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
You fight me, fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal lovers' hearts.
If you drink,
May you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.